Welcome to MySci Unit 12, Exploring Earth. This is a second grade Earth and Space Systems unit where students investigate the history and discoveries of several explorer groups. They learn how explorers traveled the world and how to apply those ideas to their own lives. Let's take a look into the unit at a glance. This unit covers several second grade Earth and Space science standards about modeling land and bodies of water and solid and liquid water on Earth, along with physical science standards about creating objects and vibrations. All but one of the next generation science standards correspond to a Missouri Learning Standard listed in parentheses on this chart. If you'd like, take a moment to pause this video and review them. The unit is divided into 3 sections. Each section has a driving question, designed to reflect what we anticipate students would naturally ask through their learning process. Section 1 includes 3 lessons, Section 2 has 2 lessons, and Section 3 has the final lesson of the unit. The anchoring phenomenon is introduced in Lesson 1. Overall, the unit should take about 25 to 29 days to complete. The anchoring phenomenon is: early explorers traveled the world without modern maps. The driving question for Section 1 is: who were early explorers? Students connect to the anchoring phenomenon by investigating 3 different groups of people who explored the world over the past millennia: the Inuit, Polynesian, and Nordic explorers. Students compare different landforms and bodies of water using maps and globes, and they make models of landforms to describe early explorer homes and expeditions. The section concludes as students learn about instruments from each culture. They design lyres, a musical instrument used in the Nordic culture. Through the storyline in Section 1, students gain an understanding of these standards-based big ideas. Early explorer groups lived in very different locations and environments, but all of them were still able to explore. There is more water than land on Earth, and globes and maps can be used as representations of the Earth. The shapes and kinds of land around the world make patterns called landforms, and landforms vary by location. The 3 early explorer groups each had a different type of instrument. The strings on a lyre make sound, and sound is made from vibrations. Section 1 should take about 12 to 14 days to complete. The driving question for Section 2 is: how did they explore the world? In this section, students connect to the anchoring phenomenon by modeling different types of expedition vessels, shelters, and tools. Students will use that information to explain how explorers traveled the world and survived in different locations. The section concludes as students make connections about how small pieces or building blocks can be used in multiple ways. Through the storyline, students gain an understanding of these standards-based big ideas. The early explorer groups traveled on water. Water on Earth is found in the oceans, rivers, lakes, and ponds, and exists as solid ice and in liquid form. A great variety of objects can be built up from a small set of pieces. Section 2 should take 8 to 9 days to complete. The driving question for Section 3 is: how can we be explorers? In this section, students connect to the anchoring phenomenon by applying what they've learned about early explorers to explore their own areas. The unit concludes as students explore their school or playground and develop a map to show their exploration. Through the storyline, students gain an understanding of these standards-based big ideas. You can create maps in different ways. Maps include key details to help others read them, and they can be used to find where things are located. Section 2 should take 5 to 6 days to complete. Our team here at MySci hopes you and your students enjoy early explorers and engaging in work around these intrepid groups. We look forward to your feedback. Happy MySciencing!